Once upon a time, in a vast forest, stretching under the shadow of lush green mountains, where clear streams flowed, lived two cheerful birds named Partridge and Sparrow. The partridge, with its large, elegant feathers, shone under the sun with colors that made it one of the most striking birds in the forest. Every morning, its melodic and powerful voice spread across the forest, adorning the branches of trees, while the other animals silently listened. The sparrow, on the other hand, with its small but agile body, was the energetic spirit of the forest. Despite its tiny size, it could overcome any challenge with its speed and intelligence. Its joyful chirping brought a sense of life and happiness to every corner of the forest. Partridge and Sparrow were the best of friends. They loved flying together, perching on high branches, and gliding freely in the vast sky. They started every new day together, chasing the adventures that the forest offered. They were each other's best friend, confidant, and playmate. One morning, the forest woke up in peaceful silence. As the sun slowly rose, its golden rays filtered through the leaves of the trees, giving the forest a magical glow. As always, Partridge woke up with the first light of dawn and flew toward one of the highest peaks in the forest. Upon reaching the top, Partridge was greeted by the deep blue sky and began to sing its song. Its melodic voice spread through the forest with the wind, and even the trees, flowers, and rivers seemed to quietly listen, captivated by the enchanting sound. Meanwhile, Sparrow, during its morning flight, heard Partridge's unique song. The familiar and soothing tune filled Sparrow's heart with joy. Without wasting any time, it flew toward the peak where Partridge was. With a soft landing, Sparrow perched beside Partridge and smiled. "Your voice has once again brought the spirit of the forest to life, dear friend. Shall we do something together this morning? I'm looking for a new adventure." Partridge was delighted by Sparrow's enthusiasm and smiled back. "Of course, Sparrow. Where would you like to go?" it asked. With excitement, Sparrow began to tell a story. "Partridge, I've heard of a place deep in the forest that no one has ever discovered. It's said there's a hidden lake there, and the most beautiful flowers bloom around it, unlike anything anyone has seen before. The colors and scents are so enchanting that anyone who sees it can never forget it." Partridge listened to Sparrow's tale with great curiosity, its eyes sparkling with excitement. "Really? Discovering such a place would be amazing," Partridge said. Sparrow's adventurous spirit influenced Partridge, and without wasting any time, they spread their wings and set off excitedly toward the depths of the forest. As they ventured deeper into the forest, Partridge and Sparrow began telling each other interesting stories about the other animals. Partridge shared how it once found a lost turtle and helped guide it to safety. "The turtle was completely lost and had no idea where to go. Helping it find its way brought me great joy," said Partridge. Sparrow, with excitement, told of the day it discovered a tiny treasure inside a tree hollow made by a woodpecker. "I found tiny glowing stones and colorful leaves inside that hollow. It felt like nature was offering me a hidden gift," said Sparrow. These stories made their journey more joyful and unforgettable. Every tale brought them closer together and increased their excitement for exploring the forest's depths. After a long and exciting journey, they finally reached the hidden lake Sparrow had described. The lake was indeed breathtakingly beautiful, with clear waters sparkling under the sun like a shining jewel. The flowers blooming on the lake's surface looked like a rainbow, each one in a different color, each one a unique beauty. The dazzling scene, with colors dancing before their eyes, deeply moved Partridge and Sparrow. They stood in silence for a while, enjoying the extraordinary beauty. The tranquility of the lake and the vibrant colors offered by nature enchanted them, and they knew they would remember this moment forever. "This place is truly magnificent," said Partridge, gazing around in admiration. "We've never been to such a beautiful place before. Everything here is so peaceful and enchanting." Sparrow shared Partridge's excitement and smiled. "Yes, this is indeed a very special place," it said. "Maybe we can make this our secret hideaway. Here, we can play, explore, and create wonderful memories together." Both of them were so happy with their discovery that they wasted no time in starting to play. Partridge gracefully spread its large wings, gliding elegantly around the lake, its feathers shining in the sunlight and reflecting on the water's surface. Sparrow joyfully flapped its wings, hopping and circling around, following Partridge playfully. Together they ran around the lake, chasing the tiny bugs landing on the water's surface. Every bug they caught made them burst into laughter, and they enjoyed every moment they spent in this peaceful place. However, after a while the sky began to darken, and the sound of thunder echoed from the depths of the forest. Partridge and Sparrow grew worried when they heard the distant rumble, a sign of the approaching storm. They quickly looked around for a safe place to take shelter. Fortunately, they discovered a large cave near the lake. Flapping their wings rapidly, they headed toward the cave and managed to take shelter inside before the storm began. The cave was warm and safe, away from the force of the wind and rain outside. Partridge and Sparrow looked at each other and took a deep breath, relieved that they had escaped the danger. As they listened to the storm's roar from inside the cave, Partridge and Sparrow felt a deep sense of peace. They realized how lucky they were to have such a strong friendship. Sparrow turned to Partridge with heartfelt gratitude and said, "Partridge, I'm really happy to have gone on this adventure with you. When we're together, I feel like we can overcome any challenge, no matter how big." Partridge smiled warmly at Sparrow and said softly, "I'm just as happy to be with you, Sparrow. Your courage and joyful spirit always inspire and strengthen me." Their warm words echoed in the cave, mingling with the sound of the storm, reminding them once again how strong their friendship was. When the storm finally passed, Partridge and Sparrow stepped out into the fresh-smelling forest, filled with the scent of the rain. The sky had cleared, and the warm rays of the sun illuminated the forest once again. The two friends began flying home, but this time their bond was even stronger. Partridge and Sparrow decided to share their discovery of this beautiful lake with the other animals in the forest. One day, they invited their friends to this hidden paradise. Animals from all corners of the forest came and were mesmerized by its beauty. When they reached the lake, everyone began playing together, enjoying their time in this special place. They all felt the happiness of being together in such a beautiful spot and admired the strong friendship between Partridge and Sparrow. Their sincere friendship became an inspiration for the other animals in the forest. Over time, the tale of the friendship between the partridge and the sparrow spread throughout the forest. Every animal looked up to the friendship of these two lovable birds, and they all came to understand the value of spending time together and supporting one another.